growing up in Washington DC, man, I always say it's the #1 city in the world. It's the powerful city in the world. You know what I'm saying? With the blacks being real multicultural like that, it was just a hell of an experience, man. I mean, I'm currently living in DC right now too, man. But it was just a hell of an experience with a lot of blacks with middle class, and you had real poor, you got middle class, so you got a chance to brush shoulders and rub elbows with all type of levels of income and blacks, stuff like that. But a hell of an experience growing up in DC. What I'm saying, man, just coming up, in the hood, wanting more. You know what I'm saying? When I was real young, even as in elementary school, I thought we was poor, but then I started going to my friend's house. I see that we really wasn't poor as a lot of people in my community. So it was a natural thing for me to give. So I used to give out food out in our house, give my old clothes out. So then I started hanging uptown at a young age and started seeing how fast life was. You know what I'm saying? So when I came out in, it just was in my blood to want to say, damn, I'm from the Northeast Washington DC area. I said, I'm gonna lead my little crew, man, uplift them, man, give me a couple dollars in the process, man. So it was like just being uptown, seeing the fast life, man, to come back on my end and already being a leader, it was just really a no-brainer to me that I get some money, help some other people get some money. Man, my first hustle, man, probably was pumping gas for real. You know what I'm saying? Pumping gas. Then we of course hustling the grocery bags for the older people. Then I grew up in my neighborhood have Langston Golf Course, a black historical golf course. We used to go down there and caddy. Those were some of my few first hustles, as far as legal hustles. You know what I'm saying? My first illegal hustle was on Sundays. They used to Washington Post to leave all the bundles of paper for I guess they route people early in the morning on Sundays when the paper was costing $1. Then we'll beat them there, take all the bundles that they got and go to 3 or 4 of their spots and hustle, make us $400 or $500 in papers for $1. So that was like my first illegal hustle. Then it grew on from there. Man, well, I can say I was Java. I can say what you consider natural. You know what I'm saying? I was, fairly gifted far as in that department, far as the intellect. You know what I'm saying? So school was kind of easy to me. You know what I'm saying? I was getting A's and B's and really wasn't even doing my homework to the morning of. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I pick up stuff real good. Sometimes it's hard for me to retain it, but if I give a quick flash study on it, read something real fast, I can knock it out. You know what I'm saying? So then I had an older brother that he was more indulging a little bit as far as smoking reefer. Then he graduated smoking PCP. So his grades was dipping. So my B's and then my A's, it looked like all A's. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it was an easy fix for me. You know what I'm saying? I was gifted and talented. You know what I'm saying? So it was easy for me. As long as I got good grades, they wasn't never looking at it. They wasn't peeping in my window because my brother had them so occupied with stuff he was doing, they wasn't never really peeping in my window. So it was easy for me to do what I did and, get past my family and everything with it at a young age like that. Ah, man, the atmosphere was tension, man. I mean, you almost could smell death in the air. You know what I'm saying? And it was a more different type of street back then. You know what I'm saying? People held you accountable for your actions. You know what I'm saying? Death was the penalty for almost anything. You know what I'm saying? So it was real tension. You know what I'm saying? If you was a dude that really wasn't capable of handling yourself or having a crew that can get on top of stuff, man. If you had something, man, people couldn't protect it. People was gonna get up on you, man. But it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? I look at today's time, which you have a lot of stuff going on. It'd be a lot of stuff really with no malice to it, as far as with hitting innocent people and hitting what I call civilians and all that. Back then, normally time when somebody got hit, it was somebody in the game. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a whole lot of drive-bys and shooting out the cars. Matter of fact, we used to call that faking. If somebody come around and we beefing and they showed the car, we thought that was comical. You know what I'm saying? So we'd say they fumbling. We really gonna get on top of them. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, people that was getting hit, it was people in the game. You know what I'm saying? The tension was real, real high. Oh man, I hit everything, man. You know what I'm saying? Chapter 3, Sauna Temple, Howard Theater was some of my first go-go's. Crystal Skate, popular skate ring, everybody hung out. We used to do the bowling alleys back then. Everybody went up Georgetown, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't all the way super duper into fashion. I mean, I was on the strip all the time, so I bought most of the clothes that the dope fiends came, they used to break into stores and they used to steal them woodies. And so I did my most shopping on the strip, you know what I'm saying? So, but when we do go, we'll go to the malls, Landor Mall, or different spots like that, White Flint when you want to get a little fly. Tyson 2 wasn't in action back then. So, you know, but I did a lot of my shopping, believing that from the dope fiend when they go out, get the tennis shoes and boots and the clothes from the stores. I did mine right then, everything on the block. When I first met Rayful, it's funny. I actually met him in an indirect way. Some guys from his neighborhood that when I'm from Northeast Lancaster. He's from Northeast down by Orleans. So my area high school was Spingarn. Their area high school was Dunbar. So some guys from this area actually transferred to Spingarn that was getting in trouble in their school. So when they came up Spingarn, I guess they tried to bring that same act up there. But I already had that, you know, basically in a stronghold. So we ended up having to run in with them, and we just, you know, got busy with them. So they ended up reaching out to him, which I didn't really have no history on him at the time. I just know they said some dude down there getting money. So what transpired, we got into it with his little buddies. We ended up meeting, met up. He liking my vibe, I liked his vibe, man, and the rest was history, man. The rest was history. We got together, man. The rest was history, man. We're at the top of our game. When you say the top of our game, I guess, you know, would that be considered, I'm saying, you saying getting money, I mean, the top of the game, we was getting a whole lot of money. You gotta keep in mind, we was real young, you know what I'm saying? When I got locked up, I was 20. I had a payroll of a monthly salary, probably 300-something thousand versus against 8 dudes. About 8 dudes, yeah, I paid them weekly, paid about $300 something. I was only about 16 then, but I went to jail at 20 where my salary grew. When I went to jail at 20, it was about 300 something. I did the math from paying 8 dudes, some 1,000 a week, some, that's a year, I'm sorry, a year, not a month, a year. For some paying 1,000 a week, some I was paying 1,200 a week, you know what I'm saying? But when we went in, we was probably at the heat of our game probably in 88, we went in at 89, you know what I'm saying? We had met the plug, a LA plug at Hagel and Ray Leonard fight that had a direct line to the Columbia. So probably from that 87 to the time that we got locked up, that was the height of our career, you know what I'm saying? We just did it all, you know, had a lot of fun, did a lot of things, man, you know what I'm saying? We were just real young, so we wasn't really being accountable for our monitoring our money. We were just spending and doing a lot of things, man. And so I'll say the height of our career, I'll say probably from 87 to 89 was the height of, you know, us getting a whole lot of money. The downfall, man, was when the killings got involved, man. When the neighborhood started beefing with each other and the crews started beefing with each other, and then the gunplay got out of hand. That's when I think more was the downfall. We already was starting the downfall because there was a lot of flashy going on. You know what I'm saying? You're talking a young crew from 16 to 24 driving all $100,000 cars and living in nice houses out in the suburban part of Maryland. Then when the guns play came in, they just took it to another level because they really got them alphabet people in our business where they were saying, you know, because it was destructing the civilians. It was costing them to be worried about when they coming and going, you know. So that's when I think the downfall came when the gunplay came in. The gunplay just got out of hand, and at that time right there, I think the feds said, you know, we got to try to bring a halt to it. I was charged with conspiracy, also accessory to murder after the fact, also with the gun used in the murder. But I ended up having got those charges dropped and ended up taking a plea to money laundering. I wasn't even indicted on money laundering, but they didn't really have anything on me in the case. They brought my name in because they knew I was doing a lot. They knew I was affiliated with some type of way, but they really couldn't put nothing on me because, like I said, I had my own separate crew. So they never really had nothing really strong on, but they knew I was making some noise. So what happened was my lawyer ended up coming in with a joint called money laundering. So they dropped out charge. I took money laundering. So I ended up getting convicted of money laundering, which carried 41 to 51 months. I actually did a total of 51 months, counting my halfway house time. And my experience in jail, I mean, not to make light of it, but it wasn't really hard, you know what I'm saying? It was almost like, you know, coming up where I came up, like, in an insane way. I inspired to go to jail. I didn't want to go to jail, but I already understood it because I'm talking to the old heads, understanding the philosophy of it. My name already was big in the streets, you know what I'm saying? I already, before I started getting money with Rafe, I already had a reputation for being aggressive, so it was really an easy transition for me, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it was, you know, I wouldn't recommend it for nobody, you know what I'm saying, but it wasn't no bad experience, you know what I'm saying? It got me a chance to get my health together, you know what I'm saying? I ended up losing like 100-something pounds, close to 200 pounds. I got my health together. It got me back focused, you know what I'm saying, tried to come out, use my intellect in a different way, started using it illegal. So that was the plus of it. But other than far as bad experiences, I didn't really experience none of that. Yeah, okay, like I say, when I came home, my mind was clean, you know what I'm saying? I was wanting to just do the right thing. I always had the leadership capabilities. And, I always had a little flair, even being a big guy, I always had a little style. So what happened was, I first started throwing parties, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to, you capitalize on my popularity for coming home. I threw like a coming home party, it was very successful, you know what I'm saying? So that started being my source of income. So I started throwing parties probably every 90 days to 120 days. Keep in mind, back at that time, there wasn't no social media, you know what I'm saying? So me getting 1,500 people, 2,000 people, you know what I'm saying? That was like a big thing, you know what I'm saying? So people wasn't buying tickets offline. You actually physically see 9,000 people in the process coming to get tickets over the course of 2 or 3 days. So it was like the talk of the town. So that was like my strong hold, is to get my feet back in the town and start getting some legal money and branding myself. But the parties was being 3 months out, sometimes 4 months out, and of course I was creating more bills for myself, so I said I need to try to find a way to cash in on my popularity where I can get money more regularly. So what I did, I said, I'm gonna do a clothing line, which also was help being inspired. Manning Shop always had a clothing, another DC line had a clothing line even before I went to jail, so they always a sort of inspiration. But I took my popularity and transferred it to doing the clothing line, so that way I can find a way to get some income on a more frequent basis inside of the 30 to 30 days, the 3 to 4 month process. So I started doing the clothing line. So after that, I did a DVD, and I do stuff off and on the side, like promotional cookouts and things of that nature. But, right now I'm just trying to transition and see what my next move is. I'll tell the youth, man, don't get in the game, man. There's no win to the game, you know what I'm saying? The police done got sophisticated. Telling is at an all-time high. There's no penalty for telling, you know what I'm saying? So you're not going to win. Like I told you before, the police sophisticated, social media. It's so many ways, almost like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Rubik's Cube game. It's so many ways to lose and very few ways to win. You know what I'm saying? That's a dead end. There's no win to that. So I would definitely say, don't get into the game as far as selling no drugs or doing none of that, man. And jail, it's a business, more of a business. It always was a business, even more of a business now. It's being more private industry. So it's set up for you to lose. So I recommend never get in the game, man. Education is everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna use myself as a prime example. Like everything I ever accumulated in life, it was just off my sheer ability to be a natural hustler. But every time whatever I did, whether it was the clothes, the parties, or whatever I did, I always maxed out. I maxed all the way out. I made $100,000, but when it get to the point for me to make that turn, I having a degree and not understanding how to structure myself as far as doing business with corporate America. It was a door. I hit a wall, you know what I'm saying? And if I would have had a proper education, I would have understood in my heyday how to structure, how to write proposals, how to do more business stuff to enhance what I did. I really was just taking my street natural ability to make money. But so that's to go back to education. If I had a proper education and proper schooling and teaching, I probably would have been what people in DC always say, you supposed to be Puff Daddy, you supposed to be Suge Knight, Russell Simmons. I get that everywhere, every day. But I wasn't able to do that because I didn't have the educational background. And a lot of those guys, they went to college, so their college friends had it, or they was in that, they was dealing with more civilians. I was dealing with all street element, you know what I'm saying? So education is key to everything, you know what I'm saying? Your natural hustle ability gonna get you the money, but at some point, you're gonna have to have a proper education. You have to pay somebody the proper education to take it to the next level. Like I say, all of it is a setup, you know what I'm saying? Jail is a business, you know what I'm saying? They make a whole lot of money, so the laws is horrible, you know what I'm saying? It's horrible. So that's why I'm saying, don't break no law. Try to find you a nice, smooth, legal hustle, you know what I'm saying? Get you a decent job, man, because the jails is crazy that it's set up to be, it's a profit, you know what I'm saying, to the fullest extent, private and the government. So, man, leave that alone, man. Leave that hustle alone, and the laws, all of them fucked up. I mean, we can go through all of them. All of them is horrible, man. White collar crime, everything is horrible, man. Just stay focused, man. Get your education. Get your legal hustle. Network. Do things in a group, man. Use your social media wisely to try to enhance whatever you're trying to do, man. And just keep on grinding, man. Because when I came up, it was poor, middle class, and it was rich. unfortunately, in y'all time of day, there's no more middle class. It's either poor or rich. So you either gonna hunt or you gonna be the hunter. You gonna be the hunted or you gonna have to hunt. So man, with that in mind, man, further your education, man, just go hard at whatever you do. I really don't keep a data of the positive calls I got to me. Anytime I see a young dude I might have talked to, inspired, or might have mentored, and they come back to me, I see them living good, they got a family, they married, and I see they was going on to the left. You know what I'm saying? That's the positive calls I can say I can have effect on. I always give cookouts. I call them Stop the Violence, Increase the Peace cookouts. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully that's inspiring somebody to follow what I do, and hope, put constant people to, stop so much violence and all that. But like you say, you can look me up. I'm on Facebook, you know what I'm saying? I'm on social media, AllDaz gear, AllDaz store on Instagram. I got a website with clothing line, alldazgear.com, and then Curtbone Chambers on Facebook. So man, you can inbox, you can get with me, man. If it's something you might can help me enhance me with, or something you got to go in the community, I might get involved, man. But I don't have no set. I'm in the process of doing 501(c) now, and so you can stay tuned for more information where you can come in and we can get on board and do some networking together.